President Trump blasting special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia probe as the investigation officially enters year 2 today. The president tweeting in part, "Congratulations, America. We are now into the second year of the greatest witch hunt in American history, and there is still no collusion and no obstruction." This, though, is President Trump's lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, says that Mueller has nothing on the president and that it's time to wrap up the probe. So where are we? Let's bring in Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano. I mean, there's an open-ended question. Where are we? But, I mean, Rudy says that Mueller's team told the lawyers they're not going to indict Trump, but it still is a possibility. Where are we with this?
You know, obviously I wasn't there when Mayor Giuliani had several meetings with the Mueller team. The Mueller team did not consist of Bob Mueller himself, but of some of his prosecutors. And apparently, Mayor Giuliani said, "Are you guys bound by Justice Department policy?" And they said yes. He was referring to the policy that said the president can't be indicted. There's two. There's one in 1998 and one in 2000. The one in 1998 says he can be indicted. The one in 2000 says he cannot be indicted. And they both are advisory. They're not mandatory. We know they're advisory because what happened in 2000? Bill Clinton, the sitting president of the United States, was charged and pleaded guilty to perjury and was given a 5-year suspended sentence. Was he indicted? Technically, no. He agreed to plead guilty in order to avoid the indictment.
You know, it's interesting.
So I don't think this ball has moved at all, except that Mayor Giuliani has very shrewdly succeeded in serving as the lightning rod, bringing the criticism of those of us who watch this for a living to himself rather than to his client, the president.
I want you to listen to Rudy Giuliani and what he said earlier. Listen to this, Judge. I want your reaction.
I asked him specifically if they realized or acknowledged they didn't have the power to indict, both under the Justice Department memo, which gives them their power, in essence, confines their power, and under the Constitution. And he said, well, he wouldn't answer. And one of his assistants said they acknowledged they had to be bound by Justice Department policies. And then the next day or the day after, they clarified it for Jay Sekulow, who was with me at the meeting, that they didn't have the power to indict.
What do you make of that? I mean, that's his take on events, we should be clear.
I make of that as part of Rudy Giuliani's PR campaign. I mean, this morning I was somewhat critical of him for, quote, poking the bear, you know, taunting Robert Mueller. I mean, Rudy is the paradigm former prosecutor. He knows the powers prosecutors have when you antagonize them. Our colleague Brian Kilmeade said, Judge Napolitano says you shouldn't taunt the bear. And Rudy says, well, I disagree with the judge. It's my job to taunt the bear. So a lot of what he's saying is not legal argument, but intended to continue to generate public opinion against Bob Mueller.
And
Will he succeed? Will it make a difference to Mueller and his prosecutors if they're unpopular?
I happen to think no. I think that Mueller's got his own thing going.
Agreed with you.
Year 2. Welcome to year 2. We're going to keep you busy on this story, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for being with us.
Cheryl. Pleasure.